Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome. Apologize for yesterday. This is episode 95 of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe Panther III, and now introducing to the mic for the 95th time from top of Meadow Mountain, that weird satellite that always aims to the wrong parts of the country. It's the Happy Heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on top of Meadow Mountain?
Kind of fix that satellite. Sometimes it goes to the wrong parts of the country. Oh boy, Geeky, Mr. Geeky Shuffle, Geeky Man, Geeky Banana Sandwich, those pick-a-poos.
Crazy week this week.
I know, what? It's the final countdown. Don't sing the song. No copyright.
No copyrights. Sorry.
No copyright. The final countdown. So let's introduce this young lady. Is a new and up and coming star out of the Florida wrestling. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Devlyn.
How's it going?
Hi.
Welcome. So, if our fans aren't familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Devlyn Macabe. I train over at Devlyns Wrestling School. I'm based out of Florida. I just had my wrestling debut this previous Sunday, and yeah. Wow. I'm so bad at introductions. I'm sorry.
Okay. Just like, that's what I always do. If you ever get a chance to listen to some of our older episodes, I always I like doing my Howard Finkel introduction for the wrestler, and then I let them. I used to say, oh, this, that about the person, but now I let the wrestler take the microphone and do their own intro, because that makes them feel more welcome to hang out with us, as long as they hang out with us.
You know That's true.
Yeah. Then they want to come back again and again and again. Like our buddy Damian Dragon's been on our podcast about 3 times.
No, was it 3? I think it was 2.
I think it was 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. But anyway.
So you mentioned Devon Dudley training. So what was it like working with a legend like Devon?
Well, I'm still privileged to be able to train with him. I go there 2-3 times a week, and he's really like hands-on with the training. Like he's not the first, like that's not the first wrestling school I went to. I went to another one in Florida, and the coach there, like, he brought in other coaches, and I was very fortunate to train under like Sarah Stock and Ace Steele there as well. But like at Devon's, it's a lot more hands-on. It's like he'll get into the ring and show you something. Like if you're not getting it, he'll show you, or he'll explain it to you, or he'll have someone else go in there and help you out. It's very like, if you can't get something, he makes sure you get it before we move on. Like I always struggled with hip tosses. I don't know why. Like taking hip tosses is just like, I don't get it. And he is always like been on me about it. And he'll help me, like he'll guide me in the best way he can. And it's also just like, it feels like a family there. Like we have a conditioning coach named Dan. He's like, he was in the American Gladiator. He trained Hulk Hogan in getting into shape and things like that. And he pushes us, before we even get into the ring, we like condition ourselves. And, like the thing I realized is, not from personal experience, I haven't wrestled anyone, that has done this, but I've seen like, you know, independent shows where I was physically there. And, you know, and I'm not saying this to be biased, but a lot of Devon students, like we are more conditioned, I guess you could say. Like we don't get blown up as easily. And I know there are a lot of wrestlers out there that do. And, you know, you can kind of, it just, with Devon's, it helps us. Like he'll have Dan blow us up with like push-ups and burpees and all these other things. And then he'll have us get into the ring and run a spot. And it helps with like mentally, like, can you remember the spot? Can you call the spot to your opponent? And, you know, with conditioning, it helps you like just stay in shape and stay on top of your game.
Yeah. So can I ask you, you had your first, was it match yesterday or
no, it was Sunday, this previous Sunday.
Yeah. So what was it like getting the crowd to the first time ever? If you could explain the feeling.
It was interesting. Because it was up in Georgia, and you know, I'm more Florida based. I've gone to promotions here in Florida, helped set up and things like that. So the promoters know me. Some of the fans know me, but it was like I didn't know anyone there. Like I went into the locker room, I didn't know nobody that was on the card. I knew of the promoter, but I've never met him. I didn't know what kind of crowd this was going to be. And I never met my opponent, Shalance, never met her. So I was very like, not nervous going in, but I was very like, I don't know what to expect. So, like, for example, I also train with Jay Lethal on occasion. And, he always told me, he's like, watch the first match on the card, because that's how you're going to tell the audience. Like if the audience doesn't like chaining, or if the audience hates long heat spots and things like, or long heat or whatever, that's how you're going to tell. And I didn't get an opportunity to watch the first match. So when we went out there, like the crowd was like, who the hell is this girl? Because Shalance, she's more known in Georgia. Like everyone knows her in Georgia. No one knows who the hell I am to begin with, but especially in Georgia, they're like, who is this girl?
Yeah, it happens when you're like new in the business. Like if no one knows you and your music hits, they're gonna be like,
crickets.
What? Is this crickets? Or they're like, is there a break between wrestlers and they're playing the dance moves to get the crowd dancing? Oh, there's someone coming into the ring, someone walking to the curtain.
I guess if you're like not known to the wrestling community, you have to show them, okay, I belong here. And I'm going to show you guys that I'm going to do this. So,
yeah, because I think she did a really good. I didn't get to see her entrance, but she did a really good job pissing the crowd off. And when I came out there, they were like already cheering for me. But it was like, okay, this is weird.
There's certain people that can do one thing and they just piss off the crowd so bad. Like MJ, like I don't know if you're familiar with AEW character, MJ, the wrestler MJF. He could do one thing and just piss off a whole stadium of people. He could actually pretend like he just threw snot at the fat guy on the side of the barricade by the entranceway, and the whole crowd hated him for the whole freaking the whole show. Like he could be gone already, and they'd still be chanting "MJF sucks."
Yeah.
He gets like nuclear heat right there.
Yeah.
I mean, even his own parents don't like him.
Yeah. Did you see apparently the AEW show they just had in New York? His mom had a sign that says even it's like isn't the sign say I hate him or something?
Even yeah.
And then he responded back. It's like, geez, thanks, Mom.
Yeah. So have you ever thought of wrestling more to I know you're in Florida based, but have you ever tried to are you thinking of coming to New York or like East Coast or West Coast yet?
Oh, I would love to. I've always I mentioned earlier before the show, I have this 5-year plan. This is the ideal, if wrestling can go how I want it to, this is what I want to do. And definitely I like Florida. I like, training here. I've never really wrestled a show here, but it's very you can get stuck here if you don't branch out. So I don't want to get stuck here. I want to wrestle in New York. I want to wrestle in California. I want to wrestle in Texas. I want to wrestle everywhere. And then once I feel like I've gotten enough experience, I would love to go to Mexico one day. And then I'd love to go to the UK one day. And then I eventually would love to go to Japan and just train everywhere. But yeah, I don't want to stay in Florida. No offense to Florida.
There is some good promotions that we know of in the United Kingdom that you definitely should look into later on when you're not talking to us. Like CPW, they're in England. They're based in Coventry, part of England.
Coventry.
There's a city called Coventry. There's UK Wrestling. That's the two of them we know of. What's the other ones you know, Geek? There's other ones.
There's the big ones, but we're not really we don't really know them.
We're
But
mostly friends with CPW and UK wrestling.
Yeah,
but
Okay.
there's also Rep Pro out in the UK. There's also Progress,
Yeah.
And I
But
think there's
in,
what's up?
Sorry, keep going, keep going. Sorry.
And then there was ICW in Scotland. So
taking notes. You there, Devlyn? Oh, well, that went well.
Yeah.
She'll be back.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
Oh, Devlyn, you back?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Like someone called me and then I like denied it and then it just booted me off.
You know,
It's okay.
I was like, that's why when you heard me, I'm like, she's taking notes. No? There's UK wrestling, there's CPW, and in New York, there's these promotions that Geek's from New York. So I'll let Geek tell you the New York ones. Geek, you go.
There's Victory Pro Wrestling and the New York Wrestling Connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like both, but the one right now we're liking the most is Victory Pro. Victory Pro Wrestling and Cap.
They're a gem right there. And
Victory Pro is, if you have a gimmick with your character, they will let you run with it. Like they're bona fide character gimmick kayfabe. They will let you run with your character and make them however you want to make her. Make her like crazy. They just love gimmick there.
That's cool.
Yeah. They're gimmick heavily, but they're good. They're really good promotion though. So, and yeah. So what else at New York? There's Cap, which is run by Brian Myers.
Oh, I don't think I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Creative Pro?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Creative Pro. I'm sorry.
Everybody calls it Cap.
Yeah,
like,
Cap. Cap.
Yeah, we call it Cap, but everyone in New York calls it Cap, so it's Creative Pro Wrestling. So.
And there's some good ones in California that we know of. There's like
Santino Brothers.
The Santino Brothers. There's a school we know there. We know a few people that go to that school. What's that? There's one base East Bay Wrestling.
East Bay Pro Wrestling. East Bay
Pro Wrestling. You know, like 3 or 4 wrestlers that work with that promotion. That one's really good too. There's some in Texas that we know, some wrestlers that we've had on the podcast they're really good names for the promotions. I can't think of them offhand. I have to message you later and tell you the names. They're all good. Like there's so many different promotions that we speak to that, like, if I wrote them all down. Oh, in Alabama, Liberty Pro Wrestling, it's all women's promotion.
Oh, that's nice. I know we have like Shine down here.
Yeah, I've heard of Shine. I've never talked to anybody from
Shine. Shine's really good.
Shine.
Like when we get out, we're gonna get the promoter for Liberty Pro on I guess late November. Would you mind if I mentioned your name to him?
Sure, go ahead. I appreciate that.
Cool. We love doing that for the female wrestlers because you never know, by me saying their name, he has his own private Instagram. And by him seeing us talk to the women's wrestlers, he may message you and say, hey, are you available to come down to Alabama for like 3 shows? And bingo bango. There's your name. Okay, next question, Gigi. We've been hanging out too long.
I thought I asked the question. You guys
So wait, I swear you want to travel to, but who on the indie scene, or wait, what?
Did you get the chance to watch the AEW show or
the recent one?
Yeah, Wednesday.
No, I was working.
So out of anybody from the past or the present, or past or present from the big promotions, or have you ever who would be like your dream match from like the indies or the regular wrestling, or like these days?
That's honestly, I would definitely say AJ Lee, because growing up she was my favorite. I loved her. I know she's not able to wrestle anymore. But yeah, I mean, that would be like a dream opponent of mine, AJ Lee. We're both very similar in like height and weight. So I think that would be a cool matchup. Trying to think. I have like so many, but I can't think of them right now. I would love to wrestle like Allison Kay. She's badass. I met her at a show and she was so nice. But would love to wrestle her. Trying to think of like current wrestlers because AJ can't wrestle anymore. I would love to wrestle like Alexa Bliss. She's pretty cool. I like what she's doing with her gimmick now. Trying to like think of everything.
Thunder Rosa is another one. Britt Baker. You got.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker. I hear like such great things about all of them. There's so many.
Yeah, Britt Baker's right now killing it right now on AEW.
Oh yeah.
I've been telling Geek, we were like keep saying every time there's a show and she has to defend the belt, he always goes, "Do you think she's gonna lose?" And I'm like, I keep telling him this exactly the way I'm more the face on the podcast, but sometimes I can go lean either way. So I call myself the face heel. Like that's what I call myself, the face heel. If they want her to be their version of Charlotte Flair that has the belt the longest time, they're not going to take the belt off the baddest bitch on the block.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, she's at the top right now, and unless they can't take the belt off her now, you know,
that'll be stupid if they do that. That'll be bad for the promotion. Am I right? Like,
yeah,
that's like. How do you feel about it? Like, what do you feel about like? Should they keep her with the belt? What do you think about that, Devlyn?
I mean, I feel like if they want to build her, I guess, as this like big star, like I guess keep the belt on her. But I mean, like they build Sasha and Charlotte as big stars and they don't like have the belt forever. So it could always like lead into a different storyline if she lost the belt to somebody. You know, like if she lost it to Ruby, she's not losing it to someone that's not reputable or not credible. She'd be losing it to someone that's like, you know, well known and really good. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to lose your title. It builds into a future storyline or something.
Yeah. I see that. I just think that like if they really want to have a lot of good credibility in the women's AEW division, if they want to make her their big star in the female division, the women's division, keep her with the belt because she's good on the mic, she's good in the ring, and like you want to have someone that goes AEW, oh, Britt Baker, yeah, we like her. You know what I mean? They don't want to be like, oh, she's champion, but we like Thunder Rosa better. You know what I mean? Like they want have someone they'll go, her that like, but her, but because they have all these women there now. You know what I mean? There's so many women in AEW that there a lot of them are in dark. Like a lot of them are not on the big roster.
Yeah, I know with dark, like that's also a goal of mine. I would love to wrestle on dark. I've had like some of my friends have wrestled on there.
You never know you never know who's watching our podcast or later on listening to it on any of the platforms. They may hear you or like say, what is this girl? Oh, she's new. Yeah, let's give her a chance. You know what I mean? You never know. These days with wrestling, you may have one match and then boom, someone sees something you've done, likes it, and then there you are. 2 weeks later, posing in with the All Elite logo, and we're like, we just. Yeah. We have that. We jokingly say here on Dudes at Ringside, we give people like Dudes at Ringside. I say good vibes, but Geek would always say Dudes at Ringside magic. And as I'm on any of the other platforms, I'm tossing you out the good vibes with your young career. We want you to flourish, girl. We want you to come to East Coast, and when you do, if you come to a New York promotion, let us know.
I appreciate that.
We want you flourish, and we want you to let us know. Let us know when you're coming to New York to wrestle, and we want to cheer you on. We want to be one of the first fans that we know her. She was on our podcast. That's our buddy. You know what I mean? Like that.
I appreciate that.
Yes. We love helping, even though we're new at this game, and it's this Geeks and I's dream to speak to wrestlers from all over the world and like be able to give them the well wishes as they leave our studio and know that they're going to do something in the business that like most people can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, give them good energy.
Yeah, you love giving good vibes. Love it. Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead, Joe.
We already asked her about. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to the fun questions now. So, what is your favorite food?
Sushi.
Ooh, yum. Iki.
Favorite movies?
I like serial killer, like Friday the 13th movies.
And that season's coming up very, very soon. It's coming up faster than you think.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go Geek Up.
Do you have any advice for like people like you that are training or
I was fortunate not to really like go through it. But just be careful who you're friends with and who you associate with. Because I'm very selective, but I've seen people who have associated with, certain people and it came back to bite them and they defend them and all that stuff. You just gotta be very careful. And that goes for life anyways.
I'm not at his question. Do you have any pets?
I have 2 dogs.
Aww. What kind?
I have a 10-year-old Chihuahua, and then I have they said he was 7, but I feel like he's younger, a Husky Rottweiler mix.
Aww. I have a Dachshund named Dexter, and Geek, I always chatter. But Geek, what kind of dog does Armand have? I always forget.
It's a golden doodle.
Aww.
Yeah.
It's a golden.
My
in the little corner right there.
He's so serious, my Dachshund. Oof.
That's Rook the dog, our mascot.
You keep saying that, but Dexter's one day gonna go after your heels. We try to justify Rook as our mascot. We have multiple different mascots. We have Dexter and Morgan, Doodlebug Morgan. We have Rook the dog. We never seen him on camera, but we have my sister's cats. 2 cats. We need to make a shirt with all different animals and just floofs at ringside with like Dexter staring sideways into the camera, Rook staring the other direction of his head, and then the cat standing on top of the letters licking their paw.
Oh, that's cute.
I draw, so that's in my head automatically. I draw and I have fun with my art. Here we go. Do you collect anything?
I used to collect trading cards, like WWE trading cards.
That's always the fun part of it. Like when I used to work at Walmart, I used to always catch myself staring at the cards that they had there, but I'm like, do I really want to buy this? Do I really when I get home? like
I have way too many. I don't even buy them anymore though, but I have a lot.
Like it's like you just can't buy one. You have to buy like a whole mess of them. You know what I mean? Is there any other promotion you want to try to wrestle in Florida? Have you thought about that yet?
Nowhere in particular. Like I feel like this year for me, like the first year of me wrestling is just getting some experience and learning as much as I can. I feel like it's always learning when you're wrestling, whether you've been wrestling for 5 months or 10 years, it's always just learning. But I would love to just take advantage of this time to like experiment with things, experiment with different ideas I have for my character or different gear or just different promotions. Just like this is my time, because as messed up as this sounds, there's not a lot of eyes on me yet. I'm not like known. And I hate to down myself like that, but it's true. So this is like the best time for me to just experiment with things.
There's a promotion that actually, if you could see in the background of Geek, it's Magic City Wrestling. That's in Miami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we I don't have the t-shirt in my background today. I apologize if he's watching. He sent us
we're sorry.
Yeah, It says they're a really good promotion. Like I've been checking their stuff out on Instagram and stuff like that. They have a lot of wrestlers in that. Gangrel's out of that promotion. The Cologne brothers are out of that promotion.
Mhm.
Chris Masters is under that promotion. They have a lot of heads in that promotion.
Mosh is in that promotion now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there. It's like
Yeah.
crazy. So you definitely should check them out. They you never know. He may see you on the next poster. Like
that would be dope.
There's that one, and then there's Coastal Championship Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
CCW.
That's Orlando.
No, that's South Florida as well.
South Florida? Okay, I thought it was Orlando.
Yeah.
Just too many promotions in every city that you're like, should I go to this one this weekend? And then you end up looking at your wallet's empty because you went to all the shows that weekend.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Last month, me and Geek actually got a chance to go to our first show together.
No, was it last month? It was July. It wasn't last month.
Was it July?
It was July, wow. Dude. Yeah.
Feels like it was last month.
It was 2 months. 2 months ago.
2 months. Yeah, 2 months. Like, we got a chance to go to our first show together in like 2 months. It was so crazy that we went to 2 shows in one day. We went to an NYWC show outdoors. So it was your first match, but like, which one would you prefer doing wrestling, indoor or outdoor shows when you get a chance?
Ooh, indoor.
Definitely. That's a good answer.
Yeah. No. I haven't done an outdoor show, and I wouldn't be like, I'm not doing this if it was there, but I would definitely hate everything, and I would be like, this is gonna be a 10-minute match. I'm not, because I mean, it does help like with Devlyns because we don't have AC there, and we are in Orlando, Florida, so you can only imagine how hot it gets in there, especially with like it's a garage. And there's probably 30 of us there. So all that human heat on top of the Florida heat, it is, and like 2 little fans running in there. Yeah. So I'm used to wrestling in heat, just straight heat where you're just dripping in sweat. But it's not comfortable. I don't like doing it, but I do it.
Yeah. I mean, just me watching the matches, I'm like, I feel so bad for the wrestlers to have to wrestle in like 100 degrees or 200 degrees. I'm like, how could they do this? You know?
I don't know,
and
man.
then cap it all, Devlyn, like when you're outside wrestling, the thing that I panicked about when I saw the ring outside looked like it's been there probably since the day before. Like the ropes, those aren't cotton little shoelaces. Those little bastards are metal rods with pieces of tape around them. That must be oof. That'll leave a burn on the ribs. You know what I mean? That'll leave a burn on the ribs. Like, whew.
Yeah, the previous show I wrestled at, it wasn't outside, but it was in a brewery. So it wasn't really, there wasn't much AC going in there. And they had like these garage doors open. So we had I think there was a couple fans going, but it was very hot in there. And it was funny because I heard like a couple of wrestlers, I don't really, like this, it's really hot. We shouldn't be doing these spots or whatever. And I'm like, man, it's kind of cold in here compared to Devon's. I'm just like, it ain't that bad.
That's the one thing I like. When we got into the place where they were doing the show outside the church, I like looked at Geek, but I didn't say it. But in my head, I was like, those turnbuckles must be like freaking lava. Like, and one of the wrestlers, being Geek, both thought he botched because he jumped over the rope, his foot hit the rope, and he fell. Remember that spot?
It was actually part of the show.
Yeah, because I asked him. I said, "Did you?" I went really close to him. I said, "Did you botch, dude?" Because I just want to know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he was like, "What do you mean?" And like, I think he was in his character still. He's like, "What do you mean botched?" And I was like, "You tripped." And then the guy pinned you. Oh, that was part of the spot. We just want to make the kid look good. I'm like, oh, I got really hot. Everybody is sweating. So I thought maybe he slipped on a slippery rope and fell. So that's all I could think.
Because I felt so bad because of how hard these guys work too.
Yeah,
100 degrees heat, and those ropes get sweaty too. So you can only imagine that they probably slipped.
Yeah. So, as being an athlete, like I do my Special Olympic stuff, like what kind of workouts do you have to do to keep yourself in shape for the ring?
Well, I feel like getting in ring conditioning, like, you know, being able to have endurance for the ring is something you can really only develop in the ring. But I like to just do, like, I really want to get into CrossFit really badly. I've heard people say don't do it, and also people have said do it. Did a free trial and I enjoyed it. It's just really expensive. But I do squats, deadlifts. I do a lot of shoulder, upper body workouts. I'm kind of in not so much a bulking stage, but I am trying to gain weight and muscle. So I'm eating a lot more. That's why I look a little fluffy in the stomach area. I know I watched my match back and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit bigger to where, you know, because I feel like sometimes when I watch myself back, you know, I'm like, wow, like I'm really skinny. Like I don't look like a wrestler, you know, like I want to look like a wrestler. So I'm just in like, it's really just eating really good, and just lifting. That's important as well. If you don't eat good, like sometimes I've gone to practice without eating. And I would literally be laying in the bathroom floor, like feeling like I'm going to puke because I didn't eat. And it's really important to eat, you know, nutritious meals like junk food. I know everyone says don't eat junk food. I don't like eating junk food to begin with, but it's just eating clean. You know, I eat like salmon, chicken, broccoli, carrots, all that good stuff.
Also, do you have any upcoming shows you want to promote right now, or?
At the moment, no, I don't have any shows, unfortunately. Hopefully that changes though.
Well, if you get any posters, just send them to us on Instagram. We love helping wrestlers promote their. Even though we live in New York and Pennsylvania, we will definitely promote promotion. And tell your promotion before you do it. I don't want to let them be like, "Who are you and why are you posting our poster?" Like, tell them, Dudes at Ringside is the East Coast podcast. They want to help us promote the show, and like give them our Instagram so we could just like connect with them, so we could. Like Magic City, we post a few of their posters and stuff like that. So like, just give them a heads up, tell them about us.
Well, yeah, sure. We want to help the wrestlers and the promotions in any way we can.
We love helping the indies because the little guy always needs help more than the big guy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like the big guy could be like, we don't need you.
Yeah. Oh, you're the little guy. No one knows you. You're the little guy. Oh, really? The satellite that has all the like that's how we feel. Like we're the little guy, but we're known in England. We're known about Portugal, England, Scotland, places like Germany, that. We're trying to get known.
Australia.
Germany. Sorry, Bone Crusher. Didn't mean to, I forgot to say your country. Yeah, you have to watch that guy back. He's so funny, Bone Crusher. He's in Germany. He's so funny, and he has so many. If you ever want to talk to a wrestler from a different country, look up Bone Crusher. He could tell you stories from when he met AJ Styles,
Bryan Danielson, Kenta Kobashi. He wrestled them all.
I think I've heard of him though. I'm pretty sure because I have friends out in the Netherlands, and they're big wrestling fans. Shout out to Sten and Yordi. But yeah, I think they've talked about Bone Crusher. At least Yordi has.
Yeah, super cool guy. Such a cool. Like he sent us pictures that nobody's ever seen of him and AJ Styles in the ring doing the 2 sweeps.
And Kenta Kobashi in those pictures too.
Yeah, Kenta Kobashi crouch. When he crouches, he's on his knee, and Kenta Kobashi standing in front of him.
Yeah. I think he was sitting next to him though.
Yeah, like so many. Like you definitely want to find him and pick his brain because he's been in the business for like
long time.
Like someone like him, I know you do that with Devon, but people from a different country, there's a different vibe in a different country with wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think he's worked with Walter too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love watching NXT UK. Like that's my shit.
Yeah, Yeah, it's so weird that I heard some rumors. Geek was hearing this too, that they may get rid of NXT UK and they may bring some of the people here. What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the NXT UK brand, like, it's just not a lot of people watch it, and it sucks because, like, to me, that's where like some of the best wrestling matches is. You know, like, I'm a big Tyler Bate fan. I'm a big Noam Dar fan. I'm a big Millie McKenzie fan. I love, you know, that type of style. And, you know, I feel like if they cancel NXT UK and like try to bring some of them here, we're just going to see probably a lot of releases, you know, because they're not going to have a spot for everybody in NXT, you know. So I would just hate to see that, you know. I feel like NXT UK's, it's separate and it's good because it's separate because, you know, like, I also love Pete Dunne. Like, he's someone I would love to
but
wrestle
he's here
with.
now. But Pete Dunne's
But
here
he's
now.
here now. Yeah, I saw that. So I was like,
So,
that's, you know, like, mixing them a little bit. That's okay. But I feel
Kaylee
like
Ray too.
Oh, Kaylee Ray. Yeah, I saw her.
She's here now in NXT, regular NXT now. So I'm like, are they trying to really slowly get rid of the NXT UK thing? Because that's the way it looks like it's going.
Vince has this weird handle on the button now, and like the you know, in the cartoons when the cartoon boss fires the person, they push the button and they fall to the floor like in Austin Powers. That's what Vince McMahon's freaking doing these days. He's like, huh, don't like this group of people. Can you all just stand on that rug right there? Bye.
The Mr. Burns right there.
like a Mr. He's like Mr. Burns lately. Someone needs to make that meme. Somebody needs to make that freaking meme. Vince McMahon's face on Mr. Burns' body. Like, can you stand right there? Bye. NXT logo, NXT UK logo. You stand right there.
There was a meme. It's actually said the old NXT logo is now All Elite.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was like a meme. It was actually pretty funny. I think I have to send it to you. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, everybody has a problem with the new NXT 2.0 logo. You know what? I got into it with a friend. I said, every company goes through a change of a logo. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Walmart, My Job Key Food, Ghostbusters. Like,
McDonald's just did it too.
McDonald's. Like, and they're giving it a hard time. I said, you know what? Every company does it. WWE did it. They went from this big shiny WWF logo to WWE, and then it looked like a skeleton or like a squiggly line, and then they changed it again. Come on, people. And then then they went to this metal logo. It's like the top of my pop right here. Like, everybody goes through changes. Just deal with it. Deal with it, people.
Change is good.
Yeah, and the change is good so far. Everybody's knowing about. No. If the young kids are not familiar with the Steiner brothers,
oh yeah,
know about.
Yeah, but what's the difference? Why could they just call him like Rex Steiner or something like that? Why they have to?
That's what I got mad about. I love the Steiner brothers, and like the outfit. If you don't know the rainbow, the crazy colors, that's Rick Steiner. It's like, I don't know if you've seen the meme of Rick and then Scott, and then they have like the Dragon Ball Z or one of those funny things that they combine the two characters together because his finisher is Scott Steiner Recliner. So the two wrestlers are combined. That was funny. Yeah.
So do you have a gimmick or?
Not at the moment. I'm just kind of like, I'm just trying to figure it out, you know, like figure everything out with that. I just go out there and literally be myself.
It's hard to think these days because gimmicks are a dime a dozen, if you know what I mean. Like, you could be a bubbly, like Bailey, for a year. You could be a bubbly sweetheart and then change your gimmick. You're this mean, cringy, laugh at everybody in a scary way. And then you're a heel. You know what I mean? Like, you could balance it. You know,
Yeah.
1 week you're sweet, and then you're like, who are you talking to, sucker? Like that. Like when I saw your picture, I was like, Just the way you had the glasses and you're looking down at your glasses, I'm like, probably heel. Probably heel. Like,
I always said your gimmick should have been like maybe you could find a tag partner and you could be like the female Dudley boys or Dudley girls. It could be like, Devlyn, get the tables.
There's a girl that wrestles out of, I always get this wrong, Geek. Gets on my case for, out of Massachusetts, right, Geek?
Who is it, Joe?
It's Little Mean Kathleen. She's
New
trained
England.
by Dudley. You guys can make the new Dudley boys or stable similar to the Dudley boys and have Little Mean Kathleen be your Spike Dudley. And you need to find a partner. You can start this big new stable that's like a Dudley boys female stable.
I just don't want to go through no tables.
No, you'll be the helper.
No, you'll be the one of the Dudley girls.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well,
so here we go. Here's something fun. Who would you pick to be your two partners if you could form a Dudley girls?
I don't even know. I don't know.
And if anyone from the Indies.
I don't know. That's such a. You're gonna get me in trouble with Devon. That's what's gonna happen.
Sorry, Mr. Dudley. Sorry.
I don't.
No, it's good.
Oh, we're gonna get thrown to a table, Geek.
He's gonna find us now.
Geek, as I told this to the last guest last night, the heels always go after me on the podcast. I know what to do now, Geek. I know how to tuck my chin. I've been taught tuck my chin, tuck my.
Yeah, tuck your
chin.
chin.
Your lesson, Geek. I did.
Tuck your chin to the table.
Yeah, we had a podcaster last night. Hot Dog Stark, and he told me, yeah, just tuck your chin. I'm like, is that true? Am I getting tricked that I'll in a neck brace the next time you see me? Like, I listened to these wrestlers. I got a broken neck now. He lied to me.
I think one of the other wrestlers told you, I advise you don't do that.
Yeah.
Unless you're trained.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, so I have to head out and go to my shoot job.
All right, so thank you so much for coming on, by the way.
No problem. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut it so short.
Okay, no problem. That's good. That's good. You know, we want you to come back and be happy. Tell your friends. Just have fun, you know?
Oh, yeah. We'll do. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for bringing me on.
Thank you so much.
Tell your friends. Spread the word. Tell your friends, please.
I will. Later. I will. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.
Interview. That was a fun interview, Joe, right?
Thank you, Joe. You're welcome, Geekin.
Always the fun interviews, Joe, right? Always the fun interviews.
We think are going to be like, oh, God. We're like, wow, that was fun.
Always the greatest interviews.
Yep.
You know, so, Joe, what you call it? It's like you can always find us at http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside. http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside. All right, and Joe.
Well, just remember to donate to that thing when no one really does. Follow us on all our social medias, on everywhere you see on the bottom of the screen. If you can't see it, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. Anywhere you see on the bottom of the screen. Here we go. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Mama's ass. Like everywhere, baby. And don't forget to come hang out with us later on as we hang out with Erica Torres. Magic, baby. See you later.